Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
Now, CAT results are out. Students are absolutely in a dilemma. Should I go for CAT once again? Should I appear for one of the OMETs? IFT is coming up, TIS is coming up, SNAP is there. So should I go for one of those, or should I maybe appear for NMAT again next year? Is it worth waiting all the whole year and then appearing for CAT? So this is where a student is absolutely feeling in the doldrums if he has not made it.
For a few, this would be the time when they get ready for their dream B school calls. For others, this would be the time to buckle up and start gearing up for the next year. We thought, let's help you find out where to start. With me today is an educator from Unacademy, Shabana Shah, who has been part of creating many successful careers through teaching. I also have Shweta Rai with me, who is pursuing her MBA from IIM Calcutta, to take us through her journey of getting into the coveted B school with the help of Unacademy.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you for having us here.
So, Shweta, very quickly, a BTech and an MTech, and then, working with Coal India for 2 years. Some say that this is the perfect profile to join an MBA course. And that's exactly what you did. You cracked CAT and then you joined IIM Calcutta. What motivated you to go there?
While working in Coal India, I got exposed to the managerial side of things. Like I was an assistant manager there, and I was in the planning and designing subsidiary of Coal India. So basically, our work was providing technical consultancy to the coal mines. So that is how I got exposed to the consulting part of it, and also I got to work with the business development department. And also, I'm an influencer. So like somewhere down the line, I want to start a business of my own in the fashion field. So all these things clubbed up together, and then I gave a thought to CAT, and that's what pushed me towards MBA.
Shabana, I'll move to you. You decided that you want to get into teaching and then you want to train minds, and so that you want to help them to get into B school. What gives you the most satisfaction when you see students like Shweta, coming from different kind of backgrounds and then taking help from you?
I'll answer your question by giving you a very simple analogy. Just imagine a ferryman, and there are like many children standing on one side of the river on one bank, and there's like the river which is in spate, and by that spate I mean the exams. India is totally crazy about exams, more so the parents. So there's a ferryman, and he has to ferry the children across the river which is in spate, and he has to take each child across the river safely, take them over to that side, and then feel, okay, fine, I've done my duty. That is the exact feeling that I get when I ferry across any student.
And you have taken CAT yourself twice, and then from that time to now, a lot of students have complained that the CAT paper was absolutely, demoralizing for some. Some people thought that, this is the hardest paper that they have got. From your time of taking the CAT to now, preparing students who are taking this examination, how has this whole pattern changed, and what are the new requirements that students need to have?
See, the first thing that I need to clarify is I never took the CAT exam as a student myself, because I was exceptionally bad at maths. So even if I had taken the exam, I would have never got a call from any of the IIMs, leave alone the top ones. So I took the exam after I became an educator, after I started teaching CAT students about a decade ago, and then I took the exam just for assessment and to get a feel of that, the tension in that paper. I took it in 2013 and 2014, both the years when Indore had hosted the paper. Now, very interestingly, 2013 was the time when the transition happened, and in 2014 it was totally changed. As an educator, I'm telling you, when we talk about the question pattern and the content that goes into it, and the people complaining that the paper has kind of deteriorated over the years, no, I don't agree on that. Why? Because when I started teaching, that was in 2009 or 8 something, I don't recall exactly. That time CAT VARC section, that's the section I teach. So that's the section. In that section, the passages used to be absolutely protracted. And if we talk about the present day scenario, If students are not able to get their head around the questions or around the passages, it's because they lack that required reading skill, the overall comprehension skill and vocabulary.
Shabana, one thing that we have seen in all these months when we were shifting to the digital education was how to, make education interesting. And for a lot of educators, that was also a challenge, to come up with ideas to make online teaching exciting. I would like to know what does Shabana do to, make this interesting for all these years that you are imparting education.
Now, when it comes to online teaching, there are two things which play a major role. That is my take on it. One is content and the other is delivery. I mean, you really need to have a spruced up content which has to be constantly upgraded. The pattern of questions, the level, and okay, fine, if I gave that same question to like two batches ago, I cannot expect to give that same question now. And the second thing which I feel is extremely important, that is delivery. I mean, no matter how great your content is, but if you just come to the class and if you just kind of, okay, fine, this is like, you show a PDF, we start with this is grammar, this is one rule, that is another rule, RC, we are going to do this, RC. So that is not exactly the delivery that the students are looking for, because first thing you have to remember, it's online. They cannot see your complete body language, they cannot get that connection. So you have to be literally expressive. Sometimes it has to be a little animated also.
Absolutely. Shweta, we're working with Coal India, and it gets very difficult for a working professional to, manage their time, manage all the schedule that they have, and still prepare for CAT. How did Unacademy come into picture for you, and what help did you get from the, kind of structure that Unacademy had for the programs that you took up?
So coming to Unacademy, so I started my preparation a little late, like around June, like near June end. So when I started by giving a CAT paper, wherein I wanted to analyze which section was I the strongest in and which one I was the weakest in. Quant was my best section, so I started preparing for quants. But then I realized that like I was able to do all the questions of the paper. But the thing is that I was not able to do that within the time frame. So I realized that I needed to know the shortcuts, because like those questions were impossible to do by the normal ways that we were taught in school. Okay, we could not go step by step and do the questions. So that's when I realized that I needed somebody to teach me. Since I was working, online education was the only option for me at that time. So I enrolled to Unacademy. I first enrolled to the free platform. I saw videos of a few teachers and I really found them good. So I enrolled to the Plus platform. The best thing about online education and about Unacademy in particular that I found was that for every, say for quants, you have 5 plus, like I don't know exactly how many, but you have a lot of teachers available. So maybe if you're not comfortable with one teacher, like you don't like the teaching style, or like there can be any reason, right? So you have so many options for every subject. Whereas in an offline class, you have like you're just allotted one teacher, whether you like it or not, right? So that was the best thing that I found. And like for quants also, I referred to 2 different teachers, because like when 2 teachers, they have different teaching styles, so you are able to get a better grasp of the things. Like attending the live classes was not really a very feasible option for me, because most of the classes were during the days and I had my office. So I could attend the classes only during weekends or at night. So, but then yes, like I told this to the teachers, and they were really supportive. We were allowed to they asked me to send them the questions that I had a doubt on, and then they would write all the solution, or then they would say that they would take it in the next class so that I can watch the recording.
There are other additions as well that Unacademy is making, and then I'm talking about a program which is called Iconic. Under Iconic, Unacademy has put in a top B school grad to help students who are taking this program. How do you think that this kind of a program, will help students more to gain knowledge as to what lies ahead and be prepared for that?
I did not really know a good verbal educator. So if I had somebody to guide me at that point, because since the mentors would be associated with Unacademy, So they would be associated with a lot of students and a lot of teachers. So they would be able to guide the students. So it's not that I would call my mentor every day or every other day, but just that it's a mental satisfaction that if whenever you need support, there would your mentor would be there to help you.
Now the CAT is done. There are other management examinations that are also lined up. And under the Iconic program that we were talking about some time back, there's another provision of preparing these students for other management entrance tests that are there. Tell us how this is going to benefit the students.
Now, CAT results are out. Students are absolutely in a dilemma. Like, should I go for CAT once again? Should I appear for one of the OMETs? IFT is coming up, TIS is coming up, SNAP is there. So should I go for one of those, or should I maybe appear for NMAT again next year? Is it worth waiting all the whole year and then appearing for CAT? So this is where a student is absolutely feeling in the doldrums if he has not made it, he has not secured a good score in CAT 2020. So now when we come to Iconic, there will be 3 people to begin with. There will be 3 mentors. And yes, they will be there at all times to go out on a limb to whom the students can consult, and they will be there to guide the students whether it's feasible for them to go for CAT once again, or should they kind of do IFT, and if they are appearing for IFT, what scope does it have? Or let's say if they are doing a retake of NMAT, or if they are going for SNAP, what scope does it have? Can they consider it on the same level as CAT?
What will be your message who wants to, be in this field, crack CAT just like you did, and end up getting into their B schools?
As an educator, I would like to say that each of you can do it. It just depends on the way you own your skills and you believe in yourself. You have to put in hard work. There is no shortcut to success. Absolutely none, I'm telling you. If you take the shortcut, you are going to just keep it temporary. It won't last long. So don't take the elevator. Take the steps. Take baby steps. Go for a good preparation, solid preparation. And yes, one more thing I would like to say. Don't stress yourselves. It's not worth it. Stay calm.
Don't take elevators and take baby steps is what came from Shabana. And this is something that Unacademy might also help you with their programs that is there in offering. You can go check in the Iconic and the Plus programs that Unacademy is running currently to help you students.